My story isn't one of faith, it's one of doubt and shame, and the cowardice fear of men will bring. Through all his tribulations, I never dared to take a stand. All the while I knew he was the king. Almost all the others on the council had agreed, but I thought that all their threats were only talk, till they began to speak of murder. In the end I had to leave, and they asked me which disciples to be bought. Early in the morning I was awakened by the shouts, when a man ran through the courtyard down below, in a panic shouting, "Jesus has been taken, the council's been convened, they're going to try to kill him now, I know." No one who'd been seen with him even knew about that trial. When I arrived there was just an empty hall, and when I finally found him I could not believe my eyes. He was beaten, scourged before them all. The crowd cried out for murder, but he never made a sound. At last they led him back inside the door. When Pilate brought him out again, and he said, "Behold the man," I couldn't hold the tears back anymore. For he bore no resemblance to the one I used to know. From his face, couldn't tell he was a man. From the beatings and the lashings and the thorns upon his head, he stumbled and he almost couldn't stand. Pilate wanted to release him, but the crowd just screamed and roared, until at last he let them have their way. They took him out to Golgotha, and I followed far behind, afraid to look and afraid to turn away. Slowly I drew closer, and the light began to dim. Then a sudden silence spread across the land. At noon it grew like midnight, as if no one were allowed to witness what was happening to this man. My God, what have I done to turn your back on me? His scream of anguish echoed down the hill. It seemed I heard the misery and the sickness and the sin of every man who ever lived or ever will. In agony he raised himself and he pulled against the nails, just enough to fill his lungs for one more cry. "It is finished. Father, unto you I now commit my life." And he breathed his last. He bowed his head and he died. Before the sun had set, we took his body from the cross and washed it of the gore of all his wounds. And we wrapped him in the linens and the spices that we brought. Then we rolled the stone across the tomb. At first it was the women, then Peter said so too. The two more came from Emmaus in the night. Then he himself was standing there, and his glory filled the room, and the darkness in my soul was filled with light. When he turned to me, it seemed the others disappeared. Then he touched me, and I saw his hands and side. And the words he spoke to me alone drove all my fears away, and lit a fire that's burning deep inside. Then he told us all as God sent me, "I'm sending you to destroy the work of Satan and to preach deliverance deliverance to the captive and the gospel to the poor, that heaven has come down within their reach. So now as he's commanded, I am here before you all with a courage that I know is not my own, to tell you that he's risen and Jesus is the Lord, and salvation